On Time with Doctor and Serge, Log Tech Podcast.
Hi folks, welcome to one more episode of On Time with Doctor and Sergey. Today we're going to talk about one of the topics which is near to my heart, which is logistics career competencies for future. We all know what logistics competencies are, your contract management, distribution, network design, sourcing, 3PL management, so on and so forth. But with the advent of AI technologies is going to make the biggest changes if you think about the whole supply chain along with planning in logistics. So today with my friend Sergey. Hi Sergey, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
And you?
And I am very well.
Good.
Thank you very much. I mean, you look good as well. Thank you for this compliment. But I'm excited to do this episode with you for two reasons. Both of us know logistics, but we're going to talk about the logistics competencies needed for the future. And I know these days you are vibe coding big time, right? And you're into AI and logistics, and your company, Cleverance, is, I think, in the forefront of technology. So I'm going to dig deep from that perspective. So when I say, let's start general, I just give you the preface what I think gonna happen. So when I say logistics competencies, and Cleverance customers are generally logistics people, am I right?
Yeah, probably that episode will be finally about people, not technology.
Exactly. That will be about more people. Right? Technology must. So when you see the current competencies of your, let's call it users, tell me this about them first. What do you think are good competencies look like of your customers?
Although I know you advertise the supply chain career a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's like best job ever, best career.
It is.
I often see that people are just get stuck in that position. I mean,
True.
Yeah, they're not in their 20s already, and they are like kind of stuck. They're already at the peak of their competencies, and they just can't do any better than that, probably.
Why is that? Why you think?
It's a dodgeball. Their main competency is dodging the balls.
Okay.
Probably. Yeah.
So let me tell you why.
You know what I'm saying, yeah? What I mean by dodging the balls.
No, explain.
Dodging the balls, like everything is throwing balls at you.
Yeah.
Your management, CEO, and then life. Everything breaks, yeah. So your employee is always drunk or on leave or sick or
sick.
Yeah. And boxes are falling.
Health and safety issues.
Everything is breaking.
So many crap going on. You don't think about anything else.
Exactly.
Yeah, but this is my biggest problem in my current business, SCM which is you meet any logistics supply chain guy, they are super busy dodging the balls for everything you said. But when you go and tell them as a consultant or a trainer, you know what, there are things and solutions are in place which can actually reduce all the chaos, all the balls has been thrown at you. Yeah. They understand this, but they still don't find time to solve it. And I find it brainless actually, because I think there's an addiction in people. They would like to get busy. I'm not saying look busy, do nothing, but they like to be in the chaos. They like to have this month-end rush, because it's one thing also I did not understand. Talk to any supply chain guy. Oh, I'm in the last week of shipping. I cannot really do anything else. I cannot read your email. Like, why your last week is more different than your first 3 weeks? You know your sales target. You have a product, just ship it. Anyway, I'm digressing. So what I want to do is to just quickly recap the logistics competency needed. So the framework I have is following. You need to have your technical competencies, which is fine, which is, I just said, your distribution, network design, your contract sourcing, supply selection, so, warehouse design, so on and so forth. SCM, you have courses of that. You can go and check. No problem. Done. Then you need your people skills, which I think you talked about. Certain people you met recently are pretty smart, which have a good leadership skills, communication skills. They are good in project management. They are good in continuous improvement. They are good in managing stakeholders, managing up, managing down, lead by example. Great. This is always have been there. But I believe right now there's a third pie chart for that, which is understanding technology. We have done videos on barcoding. People think barcoding is easy, but you should go and watch our barcoding video. Then you realize how detailed that topic is. We recently did the video on RFID and the barcode and NFC and the differentiation. Again, a technical topic to understand all this. Now, with the advent of AI coming in and agentic AI, and we have done the episode on that as well, which is a high level episode, but I think agentic AI will make the biggest difference in one of the logistics roles. Logistics role means if you are a logistics coordinator, your job is to get the shipping documentation, create the LC, do all the packing list, and then send it to a customer, book the container, find the shipping line, then approve the price, and then book and ship. I think 80% of that can be done by agentic AI. We, in fact, SCM has created the app where you can do shipment tracking and tracing, which was not possible. Now, with that said, where you see again, don't come from the angle of technology, come from the angle of people. What you think they should learn right now to make sure they are, despite all the dodging the ball, they should stay in the ahead of the carrier and be ready.
Yeah, okay. So in a way, it's like this X-Man who's chopping trees with the axe that is not sharp at all. And when you ask him, why do you want sharp the axe? He said like, no, I'm very busy chopping. So I'm very busy chopping. Yeah, so I'm never sharpening my axe. Yeah. So you're right that understanding technology is like the first part, but then skill is also needed, and skill needs time. What's good in this vibe coding and all, and AI that I recently discovered is that you can do that in parallel with whatever dodgeballing you're doing.
Give me an example.
So if you just go and try use like this Nathan 8 NA10 or
make.com
chat GPT, or you try to vibe code, you use, I don't know, Lovable or Claude, you try to do some, like, you need this small piece of tool of software that you're trying to. If you doing only that thing, dragging mouse and all, you can spend 8 hours with nothing much done, and it's so frustrating. The good thing is that most of that time you were waiting for AI to finish something, to print you an answer, to finish coding, right? To send some, to fulfill the workflow. So while you wait for AI, you can do all those emailing, calling, meetings, Zoom calls and all. So for instance, I'm the full-time CEO. So my schedule is full with Zoom calls. So I'm checking reports, doing one-on-ones. I'm go to those meetings where things are presented or decided I need to. In parallel, I can do all the vibe marketing, vibe coding that I'm doing. What I mean by that, I can craft this prompt and then look what it's doing in the background. Because in a sense, it's like another employee or a subcontractor. It's just that with the subcontractor, with the contractor, like ask them, make me a website, for instance. I don't do that now, but make me a website. You meet them once a week, look at the results, criticize it, give a feedback, and then next week you will have another.
That's fine. So, I have a counter.
With AI, in 30 minutes, you get that result.
That's
and
fine.
you need to go and revisit it.
But I have a counter thought on this. If I am a logistics coordinator, logistics manager, and do what you said, apply, let's call it multitask, maybe not the right term, but you did the prompt and whatever on the chatbot, and then you start doing your wood cutting of the job. But if I go and automate most of my tasks, by the way, this is again the misconception. Any of these LLM or chatbots, right, are not going to automate crap. They just don't. To automate, you have to use automation tools, which is make.com, NA10, and quite a few more. And we have
just pure software.
Pure software.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to use the combination board. So the thinking and creation part will come from LLM. The doing part will come from the automation tool. So that's the very basic science. You want to know more, we have a course on SCM Dojo. Will talk to me and I'll tell you when it is. Now, the point I'm making is following. I want, if I do this and try to, learn AI and automation tool and improve my job, I'm just going to that's the most of the fear is. I'm going to make myself redundant, right? Or part of my job redundant. Okay. So what's your thoughts on this?
My thought that you will be made redundant by people who will finally learn how to use those tools and they will replace you because they will be like 10 times more productive than you are.
That's precise answer.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. So you better become that person than not.
Yeah. So how I use AI.
Yeah.
So with several examples.
Yes.
One is like very dumbest. I often need PDF files to be combined or divided into pages. And yes, there are tools that you can subscribe, pay $20, and they don't often work on my PDFs for some reason. So the output is crap. So I vibe coded in probably an hour. The tool that just helped me right click on some PDF and it will give me files, sheets, or combine them together.
You vibe coded yourself
That tool, that
tool.
basic tool for the Windows, where I just select several
okay.
PDFs and they join them in a single one, and I can
But
replace
you're
the pages.
but you're a coder. Logistics people are not coders.
I'm not coding. I'm just asking them, give me this, give me that, show me. I'm trying. Oh, I'm satisfied. I'm doing screenshot of that.
You're asking the chatbot, basically.
I'm trying like, no, this is wrong. This doesn't work or whatever. The good thing is that you don't even have to type that. You just screenshot and tell them fix it, and that's it. Yeah, right. So, and the more you ask them to do logging and information, then the more screenshots you can just do that, and that's very simple. So that's a dumb thing, probably. Yeah. The better thing is that I can analyze my data, sales data, customers data, whatever I have with the discussions. I can ask it like, summarize me some
key findings,
data. Key findings. Find patterns. Like I have the sales. I want to see how it is.
But it's not available in the free version. You have to do this in the paid version or use the APIs.
Yeah, I use like
APIs for that.
Endless. I've subscribed to all of that.
Yeah, I know, but you use APIs.
I'm paying for all, I'm paying for both the APIs and the chatbots and other tools. So I'm using all of those. And if I need a good PDF, you can do that now with a tool that makes web pages, and then just print it as a PDF, and you will have beautiful presentation. Convince someone, and I need to phrase the thing so it will be convincible. And I want a beautiful presentation. What I can do, I can use the tool that makes websites that will make me that thing that I will print as a PDF. So it will look now as a presentation PDF. I'll send that, and in half an hour, instead of, I don't know, several weeks of talking to my marketing and then some subcontractors and some designers, I can have that result.
Do you use any particular tool, or you just do it yourself?
No. There are tools like Lovable and Replit, and there are lots of tools, a huge list, and they are popping up new to every...
So what do you say?
Some websites are like presentations. They're like full screen something, and now they're when you scroll the page. And you can print it as a PDF. So even if you want to give a speech to your team, you don't have to prepare the presentation yourself. You can talk to AI, express some rough ideas, and instead of asking him, give me the presentation, most of the time it's just rubbish. You can make that content and then use tools that makes website and tell them, make me this a presentational website, save it as a PDF, and now you have a presentation that will have a visual feedback for your thoughts, for what you want to convey to your either team or a customer. And it doesn't take too much time. And again, I'm doing that in parallel. So I'm sitting on a Zoom call, I'm reviewing something, and I'm always talking to AI, reviewing the job. But basically, that's what like SAM people are doing. So you both on a call in WhatsApp and doing some messaging. And
so that's a great idea. So one idea I would say is following. Have a standard work or daily standard work. So most of the job in logistics, be a logistics manager or be a logistics coordinator, be a trade management person. So you have a certain responsibilities. Write it like a matrix. You say, okay, these are the daily things I do. I come in, I do my pick notes, I come in, and then I basically check my data reports, and then I check my shipping reports. That's my daily stuff. And weekly basis, I do my management reporting, and then on the month end, I do my invoicing, and then I do first week month end close. Quarterly basis, I have to do this cycle counting. I have to do my twice a year stock taking and all that. So you create this matrix of responsibilities with the frequency on ownership, who does what. Now, think about for each of those lines, you have to have like a kind of SOP written. I know SAM Dojo, we have quite a bit of SOPs written. You can buy that. But what I'm basically saying is think about those tasks and see where you can use AI, chatbots, automation tool to automate. Right? And see how much time I spend on these tasks and how much time I'm going to save.
You can do, this is brilliant actually. So you can first talk to like Claude AI. And you better install desktop version of Claude.
Okay.
So you like break down your work day. So you've summarized what I do in the morning and middle.
I have it, yes.
Then you can ask it like, let's automate all that on my desktop. Tell me what MCPs, like helper tools that will work on your desktop, and AI will be able to use them. So when you install Claude Desktop, it now can have access to your downloads folder, your email, probably see your Excel sheets. It can have an access to whatever you have access on your desktop.
Right.
And you can ask him like, let's automate this, let's automate that, build that tool, like literally tell him like how to, like you said, I'm reading report and you need to send a follow-up. Like, let's automate that. And just tell him, I want to automate that specific thing. Read email, read report, get a follow-up and just send it back, but without myself. And you will be telling him do that, and he will develop all the software that is needed, will guide you how to install it, how to set it up, how to test it. And it will be like your own IT department that will be solving that problem for you, making all those agents automation for you to automate your anything. So again, you might tell I'm a developer, but I see that you don't have to be a developer.
But even with your suggestion, if you're telling a very interesting process, and even with that process, you might understand some, you might do not understand some, but that's okay. But do the one which you understand first.
Yeah,
right.
I don't understand much. I often skip things in the calendar because those notifications, I just don't see them. So I've asked it how to do alarms on the events that I don't want to miss. And it develops me the app that just creates alarms for my calendar events.
Right.
So now my phone rings and I don't miss those things. And again, it is done it for myself, just for my requirements. The biggest shift that AI brings for all the professionals is this. If you know what you want to do, if you really know what should be done, why
should be done,
you now don't need any software developers, IT department. You better do it yourself, because if you try to explain that to a developer or subcontractor, they will lose 99 of information. They will just make some stupid stuff. AI will really understand you, what you want, and it will build you, 30 times faster.
And better.
And better. And it will be that thing that you really want. So you don't need any junior developers.
Okay.
People who
That's
don't
fine.
understand the thing. AI is giving you this power into your
this
hands.
is all internal. This is all internal stuff, right?
What do you mean?
This is all internal. What you do in your PC. So the suggestion you given was good suggestion. You write it, you ask Claude, blah, blah, create apps,
You connect
automate.
it to whole internet.
I get it. But this is all what I control for my job, what I do on my laptop or computer. Now, in any logistics job, right, communication with the external partners are important. So 50% of the time or more, you're talking to the 3PL warehouse guy, send me this, send me that, have you shipped or not, whatever. Oh, I've got the new packing list ready. I need to go and get the codes from the selected fleet providers, who's going to do cheaper, who's available, right? I need to talk to our freight forwarders to get the packing list and invoice. I need to talk to my customers, send it all that.
All done through the internet.
Yeah,
you don't meet them in person.
Yeah, no,
right?
You're right. However, but these are the all external communication. As I say, what is the basic definition of supply chain? That you have to manage information flow, to manage material flow, to manage material flow, to manage money flow. So you have to be very good in managing information, both inside and outside the organization. So keeping that in mind, if I create and vibe code those tools, I cannot force other people to use it.
No, but you will be writing them letters, notifications, emails. You can bug them through WhatsApp. All
automation.
Tools,
all automation.
Automated.
How? Take example. You said bother them through WhatsApp. How?
So you have your WhatsApp web opened on your desktop, and you can make Claude desktop to communicate with that.
But
WhatsApp.
you have to link the two things, right?
Yeah, but you will ask them. I have that thing here. Here's the screenshot. It's opened in, Chrome. And this is you on that screenshot, yeah? Like, what should be done for you to be able to write messages to people in this contact list and all? And he will invent smart ways and guide you through the process of making that piece of software that will enable him to use your WhatsApp on that desktop
and write emails to them and change and all that. Okay. No, so folks, I'm going to take a pause here and I'm going to emphasize on this small important point. So if you just look into your job function, unless you are picking part in the warehouse, unless you are physically driving forklift truck, if you're not in those jobs and you are a job where you have sitting on a computer, coordinating your activities, as we talked about, based on your standard work, running reports, data, writing emails, chasing people to do stuff for them. We honestly believe, and we have plenty of examples Sergey just given, you can automate at least 70% of it, if not 80%, more than. And this automation will actually do a better job in writing email, chasing emails, analysis of your reports, inferences of your reports.
No one will do that better than yourself.
Because you know your stuff.
Other knows, you know your stuff well.
And you do not have to tell that to people. So the summary of the discussion so far is, this is the skill you need to acquire. And what astonishes me, recently I did the training with some store managers, supply chain managers. It's incredible that people are still not using those LLMs and chatbot and the automation tool for their jobs. They just think somehow from the company, Jesus or some saint will come in and some gonna tell them, please use those apps. Nobody gonna invite you for that. I don't understand why you just go ahead and do it for yourself. Now, I know what you're gonna say. Oh, we are not allowed to use company proprietary data.
Or it costs $20 per month.
Why would I be spending all
to
proprietary
become
data?
productive?
Exactly, right? You should. $20 is nothing. He used many, I used 3 of them. That buys you time, right? And it's very simple. Anything buys you time buys you money. Because of that, you spend more time with your family, your friends. You can watch more TikTok, Instagram video, whatever you like doing that anyway. So that's what it does as a work-life balance, as a headline. Now, move to the second problem, which I'm facing in the industry. I get an example of my customer, right? They hired me to do a training how to use LLMs for their procurement function. Now, the challenge is they use chatbot and the basic version because they are a massive company, too scared to use the data in the Excel file to the chatbot to get trained. And the version they're using is being restricted by, again, don't share this, don't share that. So the outcome they get, which actually they want to use LLM and leadership is encouraging them to use it, but the output they get is pretty crap. If you compare that with the paid version of even the OpenAI ChatGPT use outside.
Right.
So how to get around that part? Because big organization, medium size, they are not really comfortable in giving API access to the LLMs like now.
Again, we are using Claude Desktop because it will not send data outside. It uses locally the data, at least. It queries it locally. It's gigabytes of data. You can have your own LLM now, but that will cost you hardware. So you can have hardware that I don't think that's feasible to convince your company to buy you a 20 grand server just for that. Yeah, but if you manage to do so, again, using just ChatGPT, you can train yourself how to download LM Notebook LM, or like LM Studio, download some free models, LLMs, run them locally, and automate whole this chat and data access just locally on your own hardware. So that can be done for sure. Any private data, you will not be sending them outside.
You are into this game quite a bit recently, vibe coding, and you are a very astute student of AI as well. Give me top 5 apps which I can use if I'm a logistics coordinator and it will improve my productivity or save me 50% of my time. 5 apps. You don't have to explain me why you're saying what you're saying. Just tell me which 5. Claude is one.
Claude is one. Yeah. Probably. This is one. It's for developers. Cursor
is no, but it's no good for logistics people.
No, see, people often think that you open source code of some software.
Yeah.
But you can open your working folder with documents, Word documents, Excel documents in Cursor. It will still read those too.
Yeah.
And you can write emails, read documentation in Cursor.
I didn't know that.
Now you know that.
Wow.
So because Cursor can can solve that problem of too much data, you cannot send those documents into ChatGPT. It will tell you this is too much. But you can use Claude. It will be reading bits and pieces of your information, sending that to ChatGPT or other, because it's have access to all the LLMs. Yeah. So you can have Claude in Cursor. You can have a working folder with all your data, and you will be talking to Cursor, and will be writing your documentation, emails, reading data, printing your reports, outputs, not a software. Yeah? It can even produce you a spreadsheet within the Cursor.
Okay, second Cursor. Third?
Third, I'm using Lovable.
Yeah, for the website pages.
But it's again, you can have your websites for bidding, for forms and all. So even so you see, like there are Google Forms, for instance, yeah, but you need to drag and drop and design that form. For Lovable, you will tell him, create me this form that will submit and send me an email, yeah? And it will not just create the software part of that, but it will think smart and do all the fields there and all the hints
Which you need.
and all the drop downs that you need, yeah? And it will do that
Which you-
even better
than you can actually think of.
Yeah. And if it did something wrong, you will guide it, and now you will have all that inter
I just got
tools
an idea now. So now, because what you just
internal
said,
and-
at SCM Dojo, we do a lot of web development work, right? We always think about ideas, what features and user feedback. So I'll start using Lovable to design the page, whatever, how I want to design, and see if you're missing, we pick up from Lovable. Okay. Third is Lovable. Fourth?
That's enough.
That's enough? All
Enough
right.
for now. But
Cool.
again, that's just like July,
August
2025.
August 2025, yeah.
Yeah, there'll
It
soon be
could
much more
and much fast. So become vibe coder, I would say. And I think there's a lot of interesting video on vibe coding available. Vibe coder is basically a term coined earlier this year, right? By Y Combinator, the startup hub, which I watch, right? Vibe coding means you don't need to know coding, use different LLMs and apps and build your own on the top. And those vibe coding apps are gaining a lot of momentum. Claude is kind of vibe coding as well. So that's happening. And so if you have your own startup idea, which, you can, if you know your stuff and you know the pain, you can in fact create a software by yourself just by vibe coding, right? So that's happening. So my suggestion would be, to summarize this, is following. You need to know your technical competencies anyway, which I listed above. We have at SCM Dojo, we have a logistics, track where you need to know inbound, outbound, logistics, cost, inventory control, warehouse design, network design, trade management, so on and so forth. You need to know that. You have to be a good people's manager, which we have it as well. But then the third part, the technology, right? How to use the AI and the tools. Sergey have very nicely explained, and the use cases of them. If you get better, trust me, you will become untouchable. Nobody gonna replace you. Not just that, you're gonna grow in your career. That would be my last summary message on this podcast of this episode. What would you add, Sergey?
So yeah, just take that part. In a year, you will become superhuman. And on the next convention, you will just meet all these 99 other people that are still considering maybe start using AI.
Right. And don't be that person. Become the world person who's ahead of the curve. Take care of yourself. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you liked the episode. Do write comments to us on the video. We would appreciate it. And if you want any topic for us to talk about, do tell us that. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sergey. You've been awesome.
Thanks,
mate.
Doc.
Cheers.
Yeah.
On Time with Doctor and Serge. Log Tech Podcast.